Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hall Wines Happy Hour. My name is Katherine Hall. I am so glad that you joined us today. We have a fabulous show for you. My very, very special guest today is Katherine O'Hara, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. Be ready to not only drink some great wine, but also to have some very nice laughs. So first, I have a special message to all of those of you who are contemplating coming up to the wine country, and that is to tell you that our hospitality rooms are open and that we are tasting outside in our beautiful grounds. So this is a picture of one of our wineries. This is the Hall facility in St. Helena. You can see that you come and we place you distanced properly, and you can enjoy the outside. This is also true for all of our facilities, for Walt, for Baca, as well in Sonoma and in Napa. So come on up and join us. We are taking very special precautions also to make sure that you are not only having a good time while you're here, but also that you're safe. And so to remind us, we have our mascot, Bunny Fufu here, wearing his COVID mask. And so come on up. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, the wines that we're going to be drinking today are one Walt, one Hall, and one Baca. And there's a picture of each of them right now. So if you want to drink along with Katherine and me, sip along with Katherine and me, this is the time to get your bottles ready. You can see we're going to be taking we'll do the white one in the middle first. That's our 2018 San Giacomo Chardonnay. Then we're going to move on to the Baca Marbles, Zinfandel, and we will end with the always popular Jack's Masterpiece Vintage 2016. So come on and join us. You'll see also that you can make a reservation to come see us online on any of our websites for reservations. Under COVID, you have to have a reservation to come visit us, or I think any of the wineries these days. In addition, you can purchase any of the wines that we're drinking today, or any of our wines. So enjoy. So now, it is such a pleasure for me to bring on our very, very special guest, who has given us all so much joy over the years, from this iconic dinner with Beetlejuice to the motel in Schitt's Creek, and to so many other venues along the way. Katherine O'Hara has given us the gift of joy and laughter for years. So with great pleasure, Katherine O'Hara, everybody.
Thank you, Katherine. Hey, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. It's just wonderful to see you. Just great. So now, where are you, and how are you? Are you sheltering? And
yes, I'm in Ontario, Canada, and we were allowed across the border. My sons and I are I was going to say Catholic, are Canadian.
Well, that's too. Do they let Catholics in, or?
Yeah. That's why they let us in. And my husband is an American. Well, we're actually dual. The sons and I are dual, and my husband's American, and we spent an hour at the border. But thank God, because my son and my husband were to be reunited. They've been separated since before COVID. They let my husband in, and of course we quarantined for 2 weeks, and then they called us and checked on us several times. We're on an island, and we wouldn't even go on a boat. Anyway, we wouldn't go on the lake, but it wanted, just in case. So we were very, they were very strict. They are strict, and they're doing a good job protecting Canadians here. So we followed the rules, and now we're here, and we don't want to leave.
Yeah.
If you look here, the most beautiful place.
It is. It's beautiful here, and we are very strict about quarantining here in California as well. I think you know that because you have a home in California. But don't you? Yes.
Oh yes. No, that's where we drove from. Yes, we live in California for the other part of the year, and yes, we isolated there. Yeah, we stayed home, and if I had to go to the store, wear a mask.
Yeah.
We did relax a bit about wiping everything down. Have you done that? Do you know if you go to the grocery store? I don't know if you do your own shopping, but
Yeah. Yeah.
bringing it home and then wiping everything down. And then we started kind of relaxing on that. We still wore a mask and everything. The gloves seemed weird after a while because the gloves just feel like hands you can't wash.
Yeah.
So once you
Yeah.
touch
I totally agree. I haven't done the gloves so much, but in terms of grocery stores, I've been doing Instacart, which is just, which is wonderful. So anyway, now there was a commercial and Amazon Prime. Oh my gosh, they're the winners.
Oh yeah, and the internet.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
internet.
Oh yeah. Totally.
Oh my Lord.
So anyway,
I'm really sick of cooking. I've been cooking since March. I usually cook quite a bit, but this is insane. And now the last thing my husband wants to ask me is what's for dinner. Because I just get, what did you ask me?
Yeah. So my family has always been horrified of my cooking. So, it's even when my kids it was like, oh, yeah. So, I can make wine. Not so good on the food. So anyway, speaking of, we need to get some wine here in our glasses. Everything, you make people laugh and happy, and my job is to enhance it all. So with a little glass of wine. So I'm going to pour you a glass of, this is our 2018 San Giacomo Chardonnay. So here we go. Did you get it? You got it?
Yes. I got it.
Wonderful. So, well, cheers.
Cheers to you. Thank you.
So now, so do you drink much Chardonnay, or do you drink white wines, or mostly red, or?
I drink everything.
A woman after my heart. Yeah.
It's kind of frightening. And I used to, I don't know why, I used to drink a lot of Sauvignon Blanc. And then I don't know what happened. I got turned on to Chardonnay, and I do love Chardonnay. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too. Well, it's fuller bodied.
It's sorry?
It's fuller bodied. I love Sauvignon Blanc, but in a sense, Chardonnay is more versatile. You talk about cooking. I think when you're serving with a meal, the Chardonnay has just more breadth, more power, and more going on with it.
Absolutely. Now, when people say oaky and buttery and how do you check that? I'm not sure what oaky means.
Yeah.
But
oaky actually is it's a flavor that's imparted actually from oak. So this like this Chardonnay that we're drinking, we aged this for I think it varies year to year, but I'm thinking the 2018 was something around 11 months in oak. And what the oak does is it just imparts this sort of some spices. It gives it a little bit of just a little bit of sweetness. And so often, like with this Sauvignon Blanc that you were saying, that is such a light fruit that you don't want to have much oak on that. But at Chardonnay can take oak, and that's when you can get that sort of buttery quality. The butteriness, actually, I'm going to stop because I don't want to go too geeky, but I'll just say it because I love this thing about Chardonnay goes through this sort of second fermentation process. It's called malolactic fermentation. And so that second process imparts a really sort of a buttery taste. So the buttery quality really comes from the way that it's fermented. And it's not all Chardonnays need to be fermented that way, but sometimes we do on ours.
And is this?
Mm-hmm. This has had mallow on it. So nice. I have got to tell you this, so to be drinking wine with you and just looking at you looking like such a normal person, and which I imagine you probably are, but I have spent so many nights binging with you, and more so during COVID. It's just crazy to not see you with the wig and the accent and all those and the clothes. It's you probably get that a lot.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
very,
yeah.
oh, way less interesting than my character on Schitt's Creek. Yes, and yeah, I feel like I let people down now. It's like, well, that
Oh no.
sounds like Moira.
Oh no.
What's that?
Honestly,
But
it's
boy, the timing. No, I know you're not saying that. No, I didn't feel you saying that at all. Thank you. But the timing. I mean, there's nothing good about COVID. God bless us and the suffering. But for Schitt's Creek, we ended it last year. We would not have been able to shoot this year, like so many productions and so many jobs. Forget showbiz. And we would. So we got to resolve all the characters and do resolve the stories the way we wanted to and end it, which is great. We wouldn't have been able to do as I said, but also the timing of people being stuck in their homes is kind of crazy, and everyone's looking for anything to watch.
Yeah.
And the audience for the show has built up so much, and I think another freaky kind of coincidence is that in that series, this family learns to live together because they have to. They're holed up together, and now it's almost like we've unintentionally given one example of how to do that
Yeah.
as a family. How to live with your
Yeah.
adult
Just
children.
move to a motel and hey. But it's so true.
But also
So
just
true.
to grow with each other again. You think you let your kids go and you don't really know them as adults. And I miss my kids. They're gone off now. They're in their 20s. And where are you going? Who are you going to be with? What do you do? What did you eat? Where did you go? What did you do then? I don't have the answers anymore. And it was really nice to pretend for those 6 seasons that you could live with your adult children and treat each other as adults. And even the kids would treat the parents like adults. Maybe it's a nice example for people for what they're going through right now.
Yeah.
If they're lucky.
I love that. Oh, here we go. This is the you that I know. Although actually in this photo, you look much more normal than you often do. Because
that's true. I love that dress.
Yeah, I love that dress. Oh my gosh. I think actually the clothes were just such an important part of your character. I mean, all those little details that you put together. I have thought so many times about the you got the accent, and then you got the look and the vocabulary and the everything there, and it could just so fall apart if you weren't on top of every single detail.
And we have great scripts, so it's one thing to offer a character, but what happens with that character if you don't have great stories, and that's all the writing. And Daniel Levy was our showrunner and head writer, ran the writing room, and they just gave all of our characters so many great things to go through. And for a woman of my age, normally your stories in fiction they have to do with death, divorce, and disease. It's really sad, but that's life. And so many stories are like that. There's very few new beginnings for people past a certain age. So it was really fun to be able to play all those ridiculous little stories and adventures. And yeah, it was really great. And the wardrobe was insanely good. And it reminded people all the time. I mean, without having to say, we used to be rich. Look at us.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
In your accent. Okay, we are getting so many cheers. We're just getting lots and lots of questions. So let me get some questions. And by the way, to all of you who are watching, please continue to put your questions in. We're going to answer as many as we can. And by we, I mean Katherine with a C. Katherine with a C. We're going to answer those questions as many as we can. Okay.
I hope they ask about wine. I hope they ask about wine, so I can learn something.
They may, but honestly, I'd be asking about you. Okay, here's one. Who has been your favorite character to play? You played so many great characters.
I've never played a character for any length of time like this. I never did a series other than SCTV, which was sketches, so you play different characters all through. I have to say this has been really, really a joyous experience. The Eugene and Daniel and Sarah, they're a lovely family, and our crew and everyone in the cast. I love Annie, played her daughter. Yeah, it was just really lovely. I'm from Toronto. We got to shoot in Toronto. The crew was great. I got to see my family. Yeah, so everything around playing the character, but then I remember at the very beginning, Eugene and I exchanged these emails, and I looked at them a while ago, and I was saying, Eugene, I think I want to start to speak like a freak. And have, want to have, that wasn't, he's such a gentleman. He would write back, Catherine, well, maybe we need to hear what you had in mind, and then we'll talk about writing for it. He was so nice. It was like Johnny and Moira. Like, Johnny, I must have. Yes, Moira, yes. We were becoming our characters. Yeah.
Do you become a character?
The whole experience
really?
was really.
Does the character? Let me put it.
Sorry.
Does a character actually ever creep into you? Do you find? Do you find that a character comes into your life?
Yeah, because especially if you play a character for a length of time like this, like a series, yeah, you go through so many situations and stories with them, and so many different relationships, and you're making sense of it all the time. Whatever you're offered in the script, and in my case with the Levies, I was able to play with my dialogue a bit and have a say in some of the stories. I didn't write it, but sorry. But you do think as your character as much as you can for a length of time, and so yeah, it just kind of has to make sense to you. So you say, well, I wouldn't do that, but why might I do that? Why? How can I get my head into speaking like that? Speaking to someone in that way, or treating someone that way, or being such a nice wife, which I'm not. Because I think Moira's a good wife. Others may disagree. Yeah, you do. I mean, it sort of gets into your thinking. It's not like you turn into that person, but it does help you to look, by getting into anyone else's shoes, right? It helps you look at any circumstance from a different point of view. Wait a minute, maybe they have a point, maybe they're right, or I mean, it's always a good thing to try to do.
Oh, totally.
Totally. Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I guess we could go very broad with that. Actually, the world could use a whole lot of that. But so,
really,
let me just
let
me say before we move off of this wine, just a few more things about it. So this comes from a really wonderful vineyard. This is under the Walt label, Walt brand, which makes all of our Pinot Noirs and our Chardonnays. And what Walt does is either owns or sources vineyards up and down the West Coast. So we make wines that go from Oregon all the way down to actually closer to your home down in Southern California, we go down as far as Santa Barbara. And there's some beautiful wines, beautiful Pinots that come out of that area. But anyway, so this comes from a vineyard over in Sonoma, owned by the San Giacomo family. They're wonderful farmers. My dad was a great farmer too. I so respect what they do. And so they have this vineyard. They farm sustainably. It's located in this area that has a lot of marine influence. Here's a picture of it. So this vineyard, isn't that gorgeous? Yeah. It's wow. So this vineyard, it's very cold, it's cool, it's very foggy. It's just the kind of climate that a Chardonnay or a Pinot Noir loves to live in, and gets a lot of fog because it's so close to the ocean, and also has this influence that comes up from the San Pablo Bay here, not too far from Napa Valley. So anyway, that's this wine. And so what we always get off of this San Giacomo Chardonnay is just this wonderful sort of citrusy quality in the nose, but also I think in the flavors. I mean, not overly so, but you get this oakiness as well from the way we make the wine. Anyway, which is probably a lot to say, but anyway, the main thing is,
I want to hear it.
Do you like it?
I love it. No, it's lovely. It really is. Wow.
Thank you. Wonderful. Okay, so now we are going to go on to a game. This is a game. We're going to take another wine. This is a game I like to call the C and K game. Katherine with a C and Katherine with a K. And to do this, we need a third participant who we're going to bring on right now. His name is Max Glick. And there he is. Hello, Max.
Cheers.
Hello, Katherine and Katherine. This is beautiful. Cheers.
It's so wonderful to have you. So, Max, so I just want everybody to know that Max is a winner of our Baca Instagram contest. Your prize is being on with us. What can I say? And
What did you do to win?
What did I do to win? There was something on Instagram I did, and
yes, you did. Yes,
yeah, something on Instagram, and I'm here with you too. And this is truly an honor, really.
Well, and meant to be. So, Max, you're an actor yourself, are you not?
I am. I am an actor. I'm a voice actor, and you know, Katherine, this is like you have actually been such an inspiration throughout my whole life. I mean, honestly, I've been watching you since I was a little kid.
Okay.
You know,
Don't you hate that, Katherine? I can't stand that when people say it, but I'm just okay. Yeah.
But I mean, like, I was a theater kid, and so we would watch Waiting for Guffman, and that movie meant so much to me, being in theater, and of course Home Alone and Nightmare Before Christmas. And Schitt's Creek was just the most beautiful show of like the last 10 years, I think. So thank you. Yeah.
No, thank you. Thank you. So many people in theater would talk to me about the characters in Waiting for Guffman and say, "Oh, I know people just like that."
Oh.
And I'd always say, "But not you, right? But not you."
Okay, so now, Max, I'm going to tell you how this game is going to work. Here's the
Okay.
So Katherine and I have each, Katherine with a C and Katherine with a K, we've each, we put down some truths about ourselves. I'm going to read you these truths, and you are going to tell us which one is, whether it's the Katherine with a C or Katherine with a K. Okay. And to those of you who are watching, come on in and play this too. You can do this in the comments, and we'll tally up at the end. So, okay, and then I think we'll each tell Katherine. We'll each tell him if he's right or not. Okay, first question. I've met 5 United States presidents.
Katherine with a K.
Well, you're right. You know what? I'm going to toast you on that.
Oh.
Hello. And by the way, I should mention, I've moved on, and this is our Baca 2017
I was about to raise this.
Yeah, the next wine, we're going to have a Zinfandel. So yeah, there we go.
Cheers.
So cheers to you.
Poured myself. I couldn't wait. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad.
Cheers.
Ooh, I love that. Okay, next. I've been in the Pope's closet.
Oh, wow. I've been in the Pope's closet. Katherine, Katherine with a C.
Oh,
Yeah. So, Katherine, I gotta know, did anything fit?
Oh, when my husband and I were married, we met on a movie called Beetlejuice, and the director, Tim Burton, as a wedding gift, gave us a private tour to the Vatican. Somebody had given him that. We went to Rome on our honeymoon, and this priest that took us around, it was just the two of us, and this priest took us up into the Pope's closet. It was just it's not where all his beautiful robes are, just like a little closet with simple clothing. And he got yelled at by another priest for taking us in there. We didn't touch it. We were just like, and I can't even remember what I saw because I had the fear of God in me. Like, what am I doing? I have no right to be here. But yes, we were there.
Oh my God, so good. Okay, next truth. My heart is on the right side and all my organs are flipped.
Oh, wow. Catherine with a K?
No.
Wow.
Yeah. Hello.
You'd have thought the Pope would have cured me.
Yeah.
Catherine, you have, I mean, that's very rare. I mean, really.
I'm a freak. Yeah. I'll make it short. I don't love I love Western medicine. I just don't want to be part of it. And but I had to get a TB test when our younger son was in co-op nursery school, and I went to my husband's doctor, and he said, "Well, let's do some baseline tests." And one of them was an EKG. And the nurse went away. She came back. She said he wants me to use another machine. What's happened? Then he said, "Get another machine." So she brings it back. Then she looks at that. And then she goes away, comes back, says, he wants me to do an X-ray, a chest X-ray. I was like, what is happening? And my husband was there at the same time getting a TB test for our, and he calls us into his office and says, "You're the first one I've met." And it's, okay, I don't even know the name because I don't want to know the name. Yeah. It's something cardia inversa and then dextrocardia and something inversa. I know people are going to think I'm so ignorant not to know this, but I kind of don't want to know because I didn't know before that. And I'm one of 7 kids, and on the way, and my parents were already gone. I'd left the world by that time. Never heard anything about this with anyone else. We're driving home, and I think, I wonder how my other siblings, if they know where their hearts are. And when I get home, there's a message from my sister-in-law saying, "He's okay, but your brother Tom had a quadruple bypass today. His heart is on the left side; it's in the right place." But yeah. So he kind of scooped my story that day.
Yeah.
Thank God he's okay. But when the doctor told us that my heart was on the right side and my organs were flipped, my husband immediately said, "No, her head's on backwards."
Okay, to your husband. Oh,
cheers for health. God bless you.
Yeah.
Okay, next truth. I drank a margarita with Jimmy Buffett on a private yacht in the Caribbean.
Oh, who hasn't?
I know.
Catherine with a K.
Hey, well, you are right about that. And I got to tell you, I just, there was the poetry of having a margarita. It was just like too cool. All right.
Wait, tell us how that happened. Please tell us how that happened.
We were with friends, and we were just totally isolated in this area. And I think Jimmy Buffett had nothing else to do that night. And so he just, we got to go visit. It was this confluence of events that was absolutely unbelievable. And of course, when you think about a cocktail with Jimmy Buffett, who doesn't think about a margarita, right? Okay, so next truth. I fell on the runway in a fashion show.
Oh my. Catherine with a C.
Yeah. Luckily, people thought I was doing a bit. And when I looked at some gentlemen who were sitting near where I fell, and I looked at them like, "What the F did you do to me? You tricked me. What did you do?" And they helped me up, and everyone laughed and thought I was doing a bit. And then I went back to my hotel room and cried because I actually fell.
Whoa.
During Fashion Week in Toronto. It was for the Heart and Stroke Foundation, and they asked a bunch of pseudo celebrities like myself to mock, and I was the last one out on the runway. And luckily, I played this like BITCH kind of character coming down the runway. And you get to the end, and you stand in front of all the cameras, and you pose, and then you make a turn. And I was wearing this beautiful dress that had this kind of ballooning hem that went in, and my heel got stuck in it. And I went down slowly, like, oh my God, I'm actually falling in the middle of Toronto Fashion Week. Yeah, that's right. Oh, well, put me in my place, I'll tell you.
Oh, I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. So, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta shorten my explanations.
So he was correct, and I'll toast to that, by the way. Here you go. All right.
You're a genius, Max.
You are a genius, and you have succeeded in this game. So now, as your additional prize, here's what you get to do. You get to ask Katherine O'Hara a question, or give her advice, or I don't know.
Advice.
That's much better.
Oh man. I guess. Oh wait, could I just ask two? I have one real quick one.
Make it quick. Okay, you get one. You weren't that
No,
good.
I'll try to make it quick.
How about this? Is this wine better than Herb Ertlinger wines?
Well, I am partial. But Catherine is my new friend, so this is
Oh God, Katherine, that's just you can imagine everybody up here in the wine country. We replay that a lot. We love it.
fruit wine. You know, we
Fruit
actually
wine.
shot on a fruit wine vineyard.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I do.
And they wondered why we were laughing.
I have one more. As a huge Disney fan and a voice actor, like my dream is to voice a Disney movie, and you obviously Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, what was that experience like, and what has it been seeing that become such a cult classic, like fan favorite, so many years later?
It's crazy. We're in December. Last December, we did 3 shows, 3 cities. We did London, Glasgow, and Dublin. It's in the same key. So all I feel now about it is fright.
Yeah.
Fear, and oh my God, I can't sing that same key again. But it was great. You know, Tim Burton was actually involved in the recording, and Danny Elfman's music is so amazing and beautiful. And recording with Paul Rubens and Danny for the that one song was great. Just doing Sally's song though it just intimidates me. And when we do it live on stage, we do it with an orchestra, and they show the movie above us, and then they'll stop the movie, and the original singer would come out and sing the song with the orchestra. And I'm always hoping everyone's just look at the screen as the character Sally, and not this woman standing on stage. Yeah. What kind of voice work do you like to do?
You know, most of the voice work I do is for kids. I've done like over 100 audiobooks, and then and lots of stuff for Nickelodeon, Hasbro, lots of real young, fun stuff. Yeah.
Wow. How do you say it? You can hear it in your voice.
Yeah.
You have
Very fun.
Yeah.
So, Max, thank you. You've been great. I really appreciate you coming on. I look forward to seeing you up at Baca or one of the other wineries sometime next time you're up in our area. And you are really a great sport. Cheers.
Thanks.
And I look forward to hearing you on Disney.
Thanks. Oh, cheers. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Good guy. So let's say just a few words about this wonderful Zinfandel that we're having. So this is it's a 2017 Zinfandel from we call it Marbles. And so in the Baca brand, we put all of the names of our wines. We use a game. It's a reminder to us all and hopefully to the public just about our approach to winemaking, and that is, we take our winemaking very seriously, but we want people to have fun. We don't want to overthink drinking wine. Wine is a joy in life, not something uber academic. So anyway, so this comes from a vineyard that's in Napa Valley, which is somewhat unusual for Zinfandel. Not much Zinfandel is grown here in the valley. And it's at the northern end by Calistoga. So it's a little warmer area. And what we look for in any Zinfandel is that we want to have a lot of sort of black fruit, lots of richness, of very sort of a full-bodied wine. But what I love about this wine in particular, the Marbles, And by the way, we call the reason the game that's associated with this wine is marbles is that the soil is very rocky. So it's got these, lots of little stones in it. The wine has this lovely acidity that sort of elevates the fruit. So it's not, it's got a lot of fruit, but it's not that heavy. So that's this one.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Do you drink Zinfandel much? It's Zinfandel.
I only kind of learned about Zinfandel a few years ago, and before that, I guess I was going by the commercials of some sad California wineries, good ones, where you would hear about like pink Zinfandel or white Zinfandel, and just I had the whole completely wrong idea about it, but it's really lovely.
Well, actually, for many years,
sorry, go ahead.
What? No. Well, for many years, I think Zinfandel became this sort of overly. You were talking about oak on the Chardonnay earlier, and I think oak is an important element of a great wine. However, if a wine is over oaked, you really lose the freshness of the grapes. And what happened with a lot of Zinfandel, I think, over the years, is it just got tired. It got sort of overdone in a lot of ways, like a little too sweet, a little too much oak, just a little sort of flat. And so what we want to do with this is to make sure with this wine, but all of our Zinfandels actually, is to give it life, make it younger, make it youthful. Actually, this brand is run by our daughter, who is just all about just having fun with this wine. So anyway, we love the Zinfandel, and this is a very different direction. So when you describe the Zinfandel of old, I think is very different than the good Zinfandels that you'll buy here. Okay,
I think
so now,
good.
thank you. Well, I hope so.
It's very
Okay,
good.
so we need to come on. We've got to get back to work. We've got one more wine we're going to come through. I mean, what can I say? This is work for me. And so I'm going to get this glass right here, and I'm going to pour you. Where is my glass? Here we go. All right. So I'm going to pass you this bottle. Okay, this is our next wine. Now, this is the 2016 Jack's Masterpiece, and I'm going to just pass you this bottle over here.
Oh,
and you got it. Oh, Catherine, we are so good. Here's to the Catherines of the world. Okay. All right. Now, so I spend much of my life talking about wines, and a lot of this sort of public talk really requires what I think of as really agility. When you're up, people ask you questions. You want to be able to respond in the right way. You want to have good conversations about a wine. I mean, nobody wants to listen to a monologue. So I understand that you, who queen of improv, I mean, you do improv. Oh, please. And I thought I could learn from you, and I understand that you are willing to give me just sort of a little some tips, and maybe play a little game with me about, we could talk about wine in a way.
Okay, I understand you have been taking classes, improv classes.
I'm good. Yeah.
Are they with a large group of people, or
No.
where?
No, small.
But not one-on-one. That would be
Well, 3. It's not big. Yeah. It's
And-
hard. Right
and,
now, I'm not doing anything. Right now, what I'm doing is sheltering in place. I'm talking to my computer, but yeah.
That's life now.
Mhm.
That is life. Well, I guess that one of the basic rules at Second City Theater, where I luckily, fortunately received my training, is they talk about yes and. And some people, like me, also talk about no but. But when you're in a scene improvising and someone says something, which is basically an offering, instead of just saying, yeah, if as an example I would give is, you ask the doctor, have my test come back? If the doctor just said, yeah.
Not so
And,
good. Yeah.
or no.
Yeah. Well, what if they want to say, we'd like to change out the EKG machine? I mean, just picking an example out of the air.
Yeah, thank God we have two more. Or no, but I guess I could rig one up like MacGruber. Give me a moment. MacGyver, not MacGruber. Oh, I'm sorry. MacGruber's the movie. MacGyver's.
Yeah.
TV shows. Yeah. So you, instead of just being sort of dead weight in an improvisation, you want to respond, and also in life. If somebody, you're having a conversation with somebody, just to say, yeah, no. Yeah, no is I don't know. I don't think it's experiencing enough in life and not giving much.
Sort of a dead end.
Yeah. Sort of a game to play where I will offer you a sentence, a question, whatever, and then you will come back with that yes and then I'll give it to you again, and you'll say no, but
Okay.
Okay. Do these pants come in a smaller size?
Yes. And I think a smaller size would look just lovely on you because you have such a wonderful figure.
Oh, you're lovely. Okay. And by the way, I offer nothing back, but that's great.
Okay.
Except saying that. Okay. Now I'm gonna ask you, and now it's going to be no but. Do these pants come in a smaller size?
No, but we do have a seamstress here who can fit them and then just do something that would be really lovely on you, I think.
I don't have time for that.
Yes, but I can send them to you too.
You're good. You're good. That's really
You
good.
are wonderful. Okay, well, okay. I can do one. Let's do one on wine. Is that good?
Okay.
Okay. Are you enjoying the intensity and strength of this 2016 Jack's Masterpiece wine?
Yes, I am, and that's unusual because I've had so much intensity in my life lately. You'd think I wouldn't want it anymore, but I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, so good. So good.
No, it's not as good as yours. Okay. Oh, now I have to say no but, right? Okay, go ahead.
Let's see. Another one. Here comes another one.
No, the same one. No, the same one.
Oh, same one.
Same
Oh,
one for you, but I have to say.
okay.
Yeah, 'cause these are the rules.
I got it. Okay. Are you enjoying the intensity of this 2016 Jack's Masterpiece?
No, but it might be because I'm losing it. No, but it might be because I'm allergic to grapes. Okay, I'm just cheating. I actually thought of that ahead of time. I'm cheating.
Good.
I'm telling you, you are the improviser.
That's a little hard to come.
No, you are.
Well, you know what? I make some
See how I
fabulous.
froze? I froze with fear.
Oh, you what?
I did.
Okay, I just want to say yes, but we have some fabulous fruit wine for you.
Yes, but that's a new one. Yes and no, but
Yeah.
no,
Yes, I know.
no, I don't love the wine, and I want more.
Oh, okay. Well, could we try just one more round?
Yeah, I'll give it to you. It's so much better. Okay.
I'm having a great time. And by the way, for everybody else, I know you want to ask questions and we will, but just one more round. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Is becoming a vintner the best decision you ever made in your life?
Yes. But it's
No,
really
yes.
a hazard.
Sorry. I thought it was yes and no, but I should have left you alone. See, I'm a bad improviser. I interrupted.
Yeah. What? Yes. Yes. And there's still so much joy left to be had. I'm thinking I will go on to another career. Maybe I will try out for a role on a wonderful television show someday.
Excellent.
What?
Okay, now the other. And I'm
Okay.
sorry I interrupted. That is really, if there's an anti-rule to improvising, I just demonstrated that. Okay. Do you think becoming a vintner was the best decision you ever made?
No. But I think that I can probably help save the world a different way, just sort of one wine lover at a time.
Oh, that's so great. Excellent.
Okay.
Okay, how many classes have you had?
What? Oh, 3. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you're a natural.
No, but
Or you're
you
cheap.
are one. Oh, you're great. You are so wonderful. Okay, here we go. And to everybody else, please forgive me for going so long. Okay, let me see here. Oh, what was your favorite episode of Schitt's Creek? We keep getting the Schitt's Creek. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's the most recent, I guess. The last episode of the 6th season is pretty amazing. I don't know, I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but it is happy. It's a happy ending, and it's beautiful. Yeah, and there's
Really
love
hard.
there.
Really hard to end such a fabulous season that has brought so much to people and to make people feel satisfied.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
unbelievable.
but it all seemed kind of organic. It wasn't kind of laying on anybody's endings. It just, yeah.
Just so fabulous. Okay. Now let's see. Okay. I'm looking. Where are all these questions? Well, here's the problem when you get so many questions coming in, you can't see them all.
Oh, have you done Instagram?
Oh,
They keep flowing in front of you.
I know, it's awful. It's awful. Yeah, here's one. The question is, do you watch Home Alone at Christmas time?
Yeah, not religiously. I don't go looking for it, but it's there, and it's so well done. It's such a good movie. Yeah. John Hughes and Chris Columbus, they did such a great job. Yeah, and Dear Macaulay.
And you. I mean, it really was magical, and yet it really, it was not a comedic role for you. It was really.
No.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was. That woman actually kind of had no sense of humor. Yeah, that's hard to play.
Okay, here's another Moira Rose question, which is, did you get to keep any of Moira's clothes?
Yes, I did. They were very generous about that. In fact, I keep waiting for them to call me with a bill, and they haven't. No, so beautiful. In fact, we had to evacuate during the fires last October. My family and I did, in the middle of the night, 3 a.m, and we kept running back and forth in the house, gathering passports and like baby pictures of my sons and documents, all the things that people tell you better grab when you have to evacuate, not knowing if you're going to go back to your home, and we were able to, thank God. But I kept running by this rack of clothing, Moira clothing, that I'd put in my younger son's room. He wasn't there; he was out of town working, and I just kept running by, looking at it. Oh, I'm like 5 my different outfits and some Givenchy booties that I wore in so many scenes. And then it made me real. I mean, thank God we didn't. We were able to go back to our home. I thought, wow, if you ever have to grab some things that give you joy. And
yeah.
those items.
You know, we
Always.
had something similar here in 2017. We had fires
Yes.
in Napa, and I had at one point had to collect things, you know, just to. We actually didn't have to go, but we thought we may have to go, and so it was so. I had never thought about what I would try to save or not save, and what I saved. Pictures. It was just pictures.
Really?
You know? Yeah.
Photos?
It was like I just of my parents, of my grandparents, of our family, you know, all things that are not digital that you could never get again. And so
Have you since thought of putting them on
well, that would be a very smart
digital
thing, but the
format?
answer is no.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
but I
That's
should.
scary.
Yeah, it is. It was really scary. Okay, one more question, and then we're gonna go. Oh, I'd love to know the answer to this too. Do you ever improv on set? So I guess, and I'm thinking like when you're doing, well, even your latest series. I mean, was some of that improv?
Well, they were very kind to involve me early on in the story, so I got to sort of give my 2 cents and then to play with dialogue a bit. But no, the scripts were so well written that you know they would inspire. It's not like you needed any improvisation, but sometimes they would just inspire something, and I would just try it because I think get it on film or get it on tape, whatever. They can always edit it later, and sometimes they used it, sometimes they didn't. But it was mainly inspired by the script, and at the end of scenes it'll happen a lot. People add little bits, whatever, and they'll get used or not. But no, we did have great scripts, so it wasn't like it was necessary. But we definitely had the freedom to do it, which was really nice. Yeah. But I think I proved tonight I'm not that much of an improviser. I work better ahead of time.
Not. I just, Katherine, I need to let you go. I can't believe we're done. We're actually overtime, but
Oh, I'm sorry.
People, but no, not sorry. Oh, by the way, I have to say this. Canadians, last time I was in Toronto, I think I had people say I'm sorry 5 times before I got out of the airport.
Great. I know if I'm in a restaurant, well, that hasn't happened lately, but in the past, when I was in a restaurant, I said, I'm sorry, could I please get, when they're asking you, what you're like, I'm sorry, can I have salad, please? But better than not saying sorry.
It is. It is. Yeah. Thank God for Canadians in so many ways. So, Maura, I need to let you go, but did I say more? Sorry about that. Thank you so very, very much for joining us. It's just been such a treat for me, but I know for everybody who's been watching us. You are a treasure. Any last words before you say goodbye?
I think I'm the lucky one here. Let's be honest. I get to continue drinking your wonderful wine. I really do love it. I think I told Michael, your president, that when I order red wine at a restaurant, I don't know what to order other than I want beautiful, full flavor with a mellow finish. And
oh, good. Well, you can't go wrong. That's what I like too. Yeah. Well, cheers. Katherine. And thank you so very much.
Cheers to you. Stay healthy. God bless you.
Yes, same to you. Thank you. Well, I hope you all had a lot of fun this last half hour plus, because we certainly did. It's just been such a wonderful experience, and Katherine O'Hara is such I'd say national treasure, but we have to share her with Canada. She's just such a treasure to all of us. So thank you for joining us. Now, to all of you, the wines we had available, that we poured today and tasted are all available on our websites. You can get them on hallwines.com or bacawines.com or waltwines.com. And to you, to you club members who are watching us, remember that today is the first day that you can buy the 2017 Katherine Hall. So we want to honor you. We appreciate your membership in our clubs, and you get first crack at this wine. So it's available to you online, and so join us. And to those of you who might come visit us at the winery, we hope to see you. Now, we will be back on Monday. We're coming back on Baca Live, Instagram Live. And our guest is going to be Roxy Manning, who is a red carpet expert, a style expert. And so we will all get lots of tips that we hope we will be able to go out and use sometime when we're out in the real world. So to all of you, between now and next time we meet, online or in person, stay healthy and sip up.